Hey everybody, today is Tuesday, March 31st, and I am 17 weeks pregnant. I wrote down some notes this time so I wouldn't forget anything. Week 15 was pretty boring. I didn't really do a whole lot. I've pretty much just been hanging out around the house, taking it easy. I haven't really done a whole lot. That weekend, I think that was the weekend of the 21st, we went to a local baby show, which I found very overwhelming, kind of a waste of money, but it was something to do. I got out of the house, did a little bit of walking, and we got some useful information, more specifically about car seats actually than anything else, and that was pretty much it. And then that following week on the Tuesday, I think that's the 24th, Paul and I went together for an ultrasound. I didn't think to grab the picture before I sat down, but ultrasound followed by a doctor's appointment. The doctor's appointment, we'll start with the ultrasound first, sorry. Ultrasound went well. Baby A's heart rate was 152, baby B's was 138. They both measured exactly on track at 16 weeks 1 day. This time she was measuring, like they don't do crown rump length anymore, so she measured the femur, size of the head, size of the abdomen, and the measurements were kind of all over the place, but they averaged to be 16 weeks 1 day. Anyways, they're both measuring the same. Baby B is bigger than baby A. Not by much, like I mean at this point we're talking millimeters, but yeah, so baby B is bigger. We got some really cute pictures of them. Baby B is easier to photograph because baby B is on top, it has more room, so she was able to get a good picture of baby B on its side, sucking its thumb, which was really cute. Baby A is harder to get a good picture of because they're much down, like much lower in my pelvis, and she had a hard time getting a decent profile shot. So she kind of got one that was like a little further back and got the whole body, like the profile shot. And then the last thing that she was checking, I mean she checked it a couple times throughout the ultrasound, but cervical length, that's something that they're going to watch a little more closely now for me. The doctor said not to worry about anything less than 3 centimeters. Anything over 3 was fine. And I measured 3.3 centimeters. I was pretty much given the go-ahead to like get back on my feet and like start going for little walks and that kind of stuff as long as the measurement was over 3. But throughout week 16, I started getting crazy like stabbing, shooting pains in my crotch, and I compared it at first to the same kind of pain as what you would feel when you get a PAP, like the kind of like quick pinchy feeling. I mean, it's happening right now. And it's gotten more frequent and more painful. So I called my OB yesterday to see whether this is something that I should just like make an appointment with him to get checked out, or whether I should go to the ER, which I really don't want to do because I would hate to sit in the ER for like 4 hours to find out that I'm just being over dramatic and I've just spent 4 hours surrounded by sick people. Anyways, when I was talking to the receptionist yesterday, she said to come in today at 10 o'clock, so I did, and he just did an internal check and said that my cervix is still long and closed, and that's pretty much all I can hope for at this point, and that if the pain gets worse, then to go back. What else did I learn today? I don't know if I already mentioned last time about the IPS testing part 1, because that was like an ultrasound and blood work. The blood work and ultrasound, like combined, I guess, comes back saying that I am a very low risk for Down syndrome, which is good. And what I thought that I was going to flag positive for was the, because I had the second part of the IPS testing done last week, so my doctor had the results today, and that is where they're measuring your levels of alpha-fetoprotein, and I think that that's what they kind of like use as a marker for spina bifida. I'm not entirely sure, but with twins, you usually will get a false positive for that because of your alpha-fetoprotein level is higher because there are two, and there's no way to really tell what's normal and what's not. But I still screened normal for that, so that's good. So from this point on, we're just kind of screening, like we're just going to do some, like we'll be testing regularly just to check my cervical length to make sure that it's not getting too short. And in the meantime, I guess I'm just going to kind of take it easy. I'm not going to up my activity level at all. I thought that the pains were related to being up and doing too much, but lately they're just kind of coming sporadically, and they're sharp enough that they wake me out of my sleep, so that's not too fun. Non-pregnancy related, last week the build started on our house, which was pretty exciting. We went a couple times to check out what they were doing. They had the big backhoe in, and they were scraping to grade the land flat to prepare to pour the foundation. So that's all done, and there's like big mounds of dirt everywhere. The way the land is where we're going to be building, everything's bedrock, it's too hard to dig. So they'll build up and then they'll backfill in around it, which was perfect for us because we wanted to do a walkout basement. We're building a bungalow, but we wanted a walkout basement. So that was an easy way to get what we wanted. And they drilled the well. So I think that's all that's happened so far. Paul started a new job today, which we're all pretty excited about. My dad is probably the most excited about it. He was stressing big time about me not working and Paul being laid off, but I don't think anyone had any doubts that Paul would find work. He's pretty employable, so he started work today, and he sent me a couple texts so far, and seems like he's enjoying himself, so that's good. Next, I started an Instagram account. I already had a personal one, but I started one for this channel, and it is Frange Twins, no spaces or anything, FrangeTwins. So add me on there. I'm leaving it public for now, but I will end up switching it over to private account once, I don't know, probably in like 2 or 3 weeks or so, once more people have seen this video and know what my Instagram account is. And if I had you on my personal account before and then I deleted you, aka had to block you in order to delete you, I'm sorry. It's just, I like to keep the two worlds separate, and I just didn't want people like in my everyday life to find out about these videos and then me feel like I have to censor myself, like what I say and what I talk about. So that's the reason for that. And I'm contemplating changing my YouTube username. I don't know if that's a bad idea at this point, but I feel like it's a confusing username. Like, my name's Jessica, so the Jess part makes sense, but Frange is a nickname that was given to my husband because of his last name. We have a very Italian-sounding last name. I shouldn't just say Italian-sounding, it is an Italian last name. So Frange is kind of like the nickname that stemmed from that last name. So he goes by Paul Frange for a lot of stuff, but I'm Jess Frange for YouTube. And also wondering what kinds of videos I should do next. I'm not going to make any guarantees. I mean, we're going to probably do something gender reveal related, because we'll find out their genders. I had my anatomy scan on April 14th, but because of Paul's new job, he's likely not going to be able to make it to that ultrasound. So I'm going to have the tech write the name, like what the genders are down in a card. which I will then give to my sister. And then that weekend, the 18th and 19th, we'll do some sort of small get-together, either at my mother-in-law's house or at my parents' place. Probably just parents and like our siblings or something, nothing big. My sister's probably going to be like a sobbing mess because she's going to be the only one who knows what we're having before we do, and because she's going to do the cake baking. I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to have much to update on, I don't think, until I actually have that anatomy scan, which I'm pretty excited for. That ultrasound will be followed immediately by a doctor's appointment. The other thing, I just thought of something else. My belly button. My poor belly button. I took out the belly button ring because I knew I was going to have to anyways, and honestly I'm kind of over it. I got it done when I was 13. I've had it in longer than I haven't had it. And I used to have the top and the bottom done, so the top one has been gone for years now. It's still open, like I can still fit stuff through it, but the way my belly button has stretched, you can see both of the holes on the outside, and I'm thinking it probably won't be too long before the bottom one is like that too. But yeah, like my dad has always made jokes about my belly button because it's so deep. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure like what determines what your belly button's gonna be like, but my belly button is deep, and well, it was, and now it's starting to like turn inside out almost. I think I'm either gonna be one of those people that it completely stretches just like flat. I don't know if I'm going to get the outie or not, where it pops, but if it's going to do that, I can't imagine it being too much longer before it does. And I guess at that, I will do my 17-week belly shot, and I've definitely noticed some changes in the last even week or so. Things have gotten a lot bigger, but not sure how well you'll be able to see here. Maybe I'll move everything. Yeah, so we went to a home and garden show on the weekend, and now my belly's at the point where people talk about me being pregnant without me saying that I'm pregnant, so I'm guessing I've reached that point where it's obvious to strangers. Still have no idea what's going to happen to this tattoo, but here is the 17-week belly. According to the last ultrasound, both babies are head down, and I think they are head down that way. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm not sure how well you can see my belly button, but this part here has like already popped out. That always used to be on the inside, and it looks bruised around it. But definitely noticing more growth, and definitely feeling a little bit like a turtle when I wake up in the morning, because I'm having a really hard time getting up and getting out of bed without help. It takes some effort to get up and over the snuggle pillow, and yeah, what else? Bizarre dreams. I've been having some really bizarre dreams. I feel like I should just write them down and make a video about that all on its own. Having lots of twin dreams, the last 2 or 3 where like the last couple I've had like are babies on the outside, and like I have them and they're boys. I've had 2 boys. Last night I got really upset because in my dream I was really upset that Paul somehow managed to name the babies without me being part of it, and he named them Mark and Andrew. They're both fine names, but I was really upset about it. And yeah, that's what I woke up thinking about this morning, was that I had 2 boys named Mark and Andrew, and I was bummed. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. Hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.